Now this is the stack of 8086, which is your stack segment. Stack means what? The data is arranged, or we can say the address is in sequential manner, one upon one. Okay, so it is in a stacked manner. So section of memory you set aside for sorting return address, also used to store the content of register for calling program while a procedure execute. So 8086 stack memory is used, it is nothing but the section of memory for sorting of address, or it is also used to store the content of register while we use the calling program or calling the procedure. Then and it is also used to hold data or address that will be acted upon by procedure. Okay, so stack is used to hold data or address. Now how we use push and pop instruction? As we see, for stack operation, the push and pop instructions are needed. So what is meant by push? The push register or memory instruction decrements the stack pointer by 2 and copies the content of specified 16-bit register or memory location to the memory at the new top of the stack location. So push means what? Push to the memory or push to the stack. Okay, it the push instruction decrement the stack pointer by 2. Push from the stack. It means what? It will decrement the stack pointer by 2 and the copies the content of that specified register into the memory location. Now pop instruction, it is nothing but the copies the word or pop top of the stack to the specified memory location. It is just the reverse operation of push. So in push instruction, it will decrement the stack pointer by 2. So in pop instruction, stack pointer will increment by 2. Now next point is passing parameter to and from procedure. Okay, so major ways of passing parameter to and from procedure are in register, then in dedicated memory location accessed by name, with pointer passed in register, or with the stack. This is the passing parameters. Writing and debugging a program containing procedure. In this format, carefully work out the overall structure of the program and break it down into a module which can be easily written as a procedure. Simulate each procedure with few instructions, which is simply pass text value to maintain the program. This is called dummy or stubs. Check the numbers of push and pop operation are same. Use breakpoints before call and RET and start the program on key points of the program. So while writing or debugging the program containing procedure, what we have to understand, so first carefully work out the overall structure of the program. Okay, we need to carefully understand what is program is. Then we need to understand the program, then break it down in a small module, or we can say it as a procedure. Then simulate each procedure with few instructions which simply pass state value. Okay, then check the number of push and pop operation. If they are same, then also the use breakpoints before call and RET instruction and the start of the program or any key points in the program. Now in procedure there are two types, recurrent and recursive procedure. So what is meant by recurrent procedure? The procedure which can be interrupted, used and re-entered without losing or writing over anything. Okay, re-entrant means what? Re-entrant means what? It is the procedure which can be interrupted, used without losing or writing over anything. A recursive means what? It is a procedure which call itself. Writing and calling for procedure. So this is the okay. Suppose first we have to initialize the code segment, then assume CS is equal to code, DS is equal to data segment, SS is stack segment, then call multiply 32 means we have calling this multiply 32 procedure, then called ended, and this means end of stack. Then procedure segment multiply 32 proc for or calling file. It is the procedure that is located in the segment which has different name from segment containing call instruction. So when we use for procedure, when the procedure is from different location, then we use for procedure. Then assessing procedure. How we have to assess the procedure? Assessing a procedure in another segment. For this, put mainline program in one segment and all the procedure in different segments. Suppose we have to assess the procedure in another segment, then we have to first put all the procedure or segment, all procedure in different segment. Using for call, the procedure can be assessed. Okay. And suppose if our procedure in the same module or data in separate assembly module, then divide the program in series of module. The object code file system module can link together, and then we have to use in the module where variables or procedures are declared, you must be public directive to the linker known that it can be accessed from other module. So as we seen earlier, the public directive is used to know the linker that the procedure or the it is can be accessed from another module. So in a module which call procedure or access a variable in other module, you must use the external directive. Okay, it is for external. Now what are the advantages and disadvantages of procedure? So advantages of procedures are allowed to save memory space. Okay, procedure is used to save memory space. Then program development becomes easier. Debugging of error in program become easy. Then reduce size of program. Reusability of procedure. Now what are the disadvantages of procedure? Call and RET instruction are always required to integrate with procedure. Require the extra time to link procedure and return from it. So for procedure it require extra time. Third one is for small group of instruction, linking and returning back time more than the execution time. Hence, for small group of instruction, procedure cannot be preferred. So these are the advantages of procedures. Okay, so this is how the procedure will work, and these are the advantages and disadvantages of the procedure.